Hi, and welcome to Tony's Cool Tools. This is the Christmas edition. As you can see, we got our first accumulation of snow here in Wisconsin. About 2 to 4 inches depending on where you're at. Time to put the flannel-lined jeans on. I know, too much information. Woodhounds are some of the hardest people to buy Christmas gifts for. So in this edition, I want to show you 10 gifts for the Woodhound. So here are 10 suggestions that could help them in the woods or in the wood yard and make their life easier and safer. But before we go into my suggestions, in just a few days we're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving. And I have a lot to be thankful for, especially for the viewers and the support that you've given me on my channel. I started my channel in June, and with your support, I just reached a milestone of 3,000 subscribers. I appreciate your comments and all the suggestions to make me better. And hopefully someday I could get as good as Chris in the woodyard, but I don't think that's going to happen. He's truly on a different level than us mortals. And as an FYI, all the information about the tools that I'm showing today will be down in the bottom in the notes section. I'll have the links down there to the companies and the products that I'm showing. So it'll be easy for you or your significant other to find. I think you'll agree the Fiskars X27 is in a league of its own. With its proprietary wedge, you can split wood extremely fast. Some say faster than a splitter. And just to explain the difference between these two X27s, it's like kids. Manufacturers have to supply different retail outlets like Home Depots and Lowe's with their own type of product. You don't want them to be the same so that there's all kind of price matching and all that fighting going on. So this is considered a 2-piece handle. This is considered a 1-piece handle. They're identical. Some of you want to step up to the Maul. This is the IsoCore 8-pound sledgehammer. I don't believe they're making those anymore. Now they've switched to a 6-pound. And you might be asking, okay, what's the cost? The X27s are $63, and the sledgehammer in a 6-pound is $68. Well, if you haven't guessed, next on the list is the Kindling Cracker. For a full review of the Kindling Cracker, go to my video 18. It has all the details and information. If you don't own an Easton-made Access or a Super Split, the Kindling Cracker is the fastest and safest way of making kindling of any size, as you can see here, small, medium, or large. There are 2 sizes of this. This is the smaller one, and it comes in an XL as well. You can keep it portable like this, so you can go camping or take it somewhere in your car, or you can attach screws to this on a stump to the height that you want and make it very convenient for splitting. The cost is $90 on the small one and $120 on the large one. And this should be on everyone's Christmas wish list. Number 3 on the list, log tongs. Whether it's the LogOX, the Bahco, or any of the other manufacturers that are out there, they're extremely beneficial. On videos 34 and 49, I explain in detail what the benefits are. The only thing is, at that time, it was 90 degrees. I couldn't show the true benefits of it, and that is right here, snow and water. Easy to pick up, easy to release, and dry gloves. How much easier does it get? To give you an idea on cost, the Bahco small unit is $73, and ironically, the large one is $63. There is a model made by Husqvarna, and it's $75. And the LogOX 3-in-1 is $159. The LogOX also has their kits, which are the Forestry and the Forester, $229 and $349. And as I mentioned, All this information will be in the info section below, with links to either the manufacturers or the purchasing site on Amazon. Let's move on to number 4. You've cut, split, and stacked your wood, and you want to find out whether it's ready to burn. And how do you do that? With a moisture meter. Chris from In the Woodyard and I did an episode on moisture meters. We had multiple different ones just to show the difference. I'm showing the 2 that I have that I like. The first one is a Dr. meter. I got this many years ago, and it's served me well so far. One of the best things I like about it is as we get older, we can't see as well. This one has great large numbers. When I purchased my outdoor wood boiler, the manufacturer supplied me with a moisture meter to make sure that the wood that I was putting in was seasoned properly, because gasifiers like drier wood. And this came with it. It's an A.W. Perkins. And the reason that I like it is it's a 4-prong instead of a 2-prong. Numbers are a little smaller, but I can live with that. And my thoughts are, if the manufacturer supplies me with this, that's a great endorsement for this particular meter. If you Google moisture meters, you'll find a multitude of them out there. These are the 2 that I have, and I really like them. They both come with protective cases on the top so you don't prick yourself, and they come with cases. For any of the moisture meters out there, you're looking at anywhere from $25 to about $60. So whatever your budget will allow and whatever reviews you feel are good on those. I put the link for the A.W. Perkins, and that's about $36. Number 5 on the list. Ways of cutting your firewood to specific lengths. I have several measuring devices, but I use primarily 3. If I have a straight pole, and I have many of them, I use the Mingo marker. It has a wheel, rolls along the log, and puts a dot of paint on it so you know where to cut. The other accessory that I use is the AccuMark. I like this one. It's fixed at 16 inches. One of the nice things I like about it is it has a really good rare earth magnet on this. So it sticks to something and stays there as opposed to vibrating off. And I had a couple other brands that kept vibrating off. But when you put it on, it stays. AccuMark makes several different versions of this in an adjustable and fixed, 18, 20, and so forth. But I can either use my top handle saw or the new mini saw that I have, mini chainsaw, and just put that on there and I can mark my logs easily. When I get a triaxle delivery of logs, I find the most convenient and fastest way of me cutting the wood is with the Pro Sizer. And this is the new one that is adjustable. And the Pro Sizer has just released the new green dot, as you can see there, hopefully. And it really makes seeing the dot a lot easier than red. But both of them work excellent. And I can process my logs much quicker than marking them. Retail price on the AccuMark in the 16-inch fixed is about $32. On the Mingo marker, you're probably looking right in the area of $40. And on the Pro Sizer, whether you get the manual or the adjustable, you're looking at $64 to $74. Moving along to number 6. This is what I feel one of the most beneficial tools in the woodyard. Every Woodhound should have one of these, if not more. And the reason is, it saves your back, keeps your hands dry, and moves the log where you want it to go. There are a couple different variations, and whether you want to call it a pickaroon, hookaroon, or sappy, it all does the same thing. When you look at something like this, it's a pickaroon, whereas when you look at something like this that has the beak, it's a hookaroon. But they all do the same thing. And as I mentioned, they are extremely beneficial in the woodyard to pick stuff up or pull firewood out of the back of your pickup truck, so you're not straining your back. As you can tell, there are many manufacturers that make this. Husqvarna, Fiskars. This one is private labeled by LogOX, and then this is the LogOX. And as I said, they all do the same thing, except how much do you want to spend for it? They range in price from about $55 all the way up to just under $100. And there are many other manufacturers out there as well that have a picaroon or hookaroon. Number 7, many of the tools that we use on our homestead, shop, farm, or woodyard are loud. There's no getting around it. So number 7 is dealing with hearing protection. Next to your eye protection, ear protection is very important as well. I want to show you a tool I wouldn't be without on my property, and that is something called the Work Tunes. This happens to be a different brand, but they're all about the same. I'm talking about earmuffs, and I'm talking about specific earmuffs. Ones that you can listen to music, news, or cancel out noise. When you're sitting on the tractor moving gravel or dirt, these are invaluable. They also entertain you, which it could get pretty boring splitting wood all day and listening to that motor hum. So these solve that problem. They also protect your ears from that loud noise from the chainsaw, tractor, or other tools that you might have in the shop. Now, the original ones were only AM and FM, but technology has come a long way. Now you can get them in MP3 or Bluetooth, and it opens up a wide variety of things you can listen to. The price range from about $36 to $40 all the way up to about $70 or $80 depending on the type that you get. But probably the most popular one out there are 3M Work Tunes. You can find them in every farm and ranch store. Number 8, stop me if you've heard this before. You're cutting with your chainsaw, you're about 100 yards away from the car, and you notice that your chain is loosened up. You don't have your wrench with you. Now you got to go all the way back to the car to get it. I started wearing this Oregon logging vest for that reason. I carry everything with me. I'm the fastest wedge giver out that there is, right here. And you have 2 of them that are available. Very easy, right here, just like 6 guns. And the little pocket here, I carry my earplugs with me. And the pocket on this side, I can keep my scrunch. So I have everything ready. Oh, and in addition, I can carry my logger's tape right here, and it's ready to go. And you're probably wondering, how expensive is one of these vests? Talk about a value. $10.39. Can't beat that. Number 9, the Spencer's logging tape. This is the #1 logger's tape measure in the industry. It's been around forever. The benefit is measure and release. Real easy. You can get replacement parts for this if it breaks as well. The Spencer 950 is the #1 tape measure. It's 50 feet long. Now, the one thing is when you buy this, make sure that you get the nail that comes on here. Some retailers package this together. Others, you have to buy this separately. The link at the bottom that I have for the 950 has the nail with it, and that's from Bailey's. These tape measures are not only used in the logging industry, but in masonry and carpentry as well, because they're so easy to use and retractable. There are several variations of the Spencer. You can get it in metric, you can get it in inches, you can get it 50 foot or 75 foot. All I know is this is a great tool to have in the woodyard or in the woods with you when you're cutting logs. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the Spencer tape retails for about $50. And number 10, the Mazdam rope puller. My last video, number 50, I did a detailed explanation of this system. Extremely versatile tool for the home, rescue, preppers, or just to have on hand for emergencies. The tool is very inexpensive. At $143, you get the ratchet and the rope. And you thought we were done. Well, I'm an overachiever, so I'm going to give you 2 more suggestions for the Woodhounds. And that is wedges. There's all kinds of wedges on the market. And what happens after a while is they get mushroomed, like you see here. The head gets mushroomed on this. Well, I'm going to show you something that's out there that you may or may not have known about, and that is something called hard head wedges. And they're right here. They're made of steel on the end here. This wedge is double tapered, smooth on one side, barbed on the other. And the most important thing is the metal head, so that you can hit it without deforming it. And it comes in multiple different sizes, and they stick in your kerf extremely well with these barbs. Just something else to think about. You're looking at $15 for this one here. Not more expensive than these other wedges that you see here. The cant hook or the peavey, an indispensable tool in the woodyard. Whether you have a metal handle, wood handle, or aluminum, it doesn't matter. They all do the same thing. They allow you to move the log, turn the log, or lift the log off the ground so you don't damage your chainsaw. There are a number of manufacturers that produce cant hooks or peaveys. A couple of them that I have here are the LogOX and the LogRite. And there's another one called the Woodchuck, which I don't have, but is another good brand out there. But whether you like metal handles, wood handles, or aluminum, or in this case, LogRite makes fiberglass as well. Depending on the quality that you get, the price ranges from about $30 all the way up to about $150, or even more depending on the styles that are out there. But in my opinion, this is an indispensable tool in the woodyard. Hopefully these 12 suggestions have made your life picking a tool out for your Woodhound much easier. And if you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, pass it forward, make the world a better place. And don't be a tool, watch Tony's Cool Tools. Until I see you next time, have a great one.